we have a new agenda as well. Our new agenda is to grow the economy of Uganda tenfold in the next 15 years. We have a tenfold growth strategy that is intentional, deliberate, and we are pursuing it by looking for partners, genuine, serious partners we can work with in order for us to achieve this. This strategy is anchored on 4 areas we would want to pursue. We call them the ATMs. This very ATM, where we go to draw money. But you know you can't draw money from a machine where you did not deposit it. So we have 4 areas. The first is agro-industrialization. Uganda is known for very good organic agriculture. We have coffee. The best coffee you can have is grown in Uganda. Robusta coffee. It's used to blend most of the coffees you drink. But the one which is not blended, the one of Uganda, wonderful coffee. We have the best coffee. I want to tell you this, not because I'm a Ugandan. Now, we want to develop these value chains. What we are doing now is to grow about 9 million bags of coffee. We put them in 60 kg bags, and then we send them here to Europe, to Asia, to America. The only thing we are doing is removing the husks and put them in the bag, green beans. We would want to develop these value chains, and we are looking for partners with whom we can work and develop these value chains of our coffee, our tea, our fruits and vegetables, our livestock. Uganda now is #1 milk producer in Africa. Produce about 5 billion liters of milk. We would want serious investors to work with, and we develop them. We add value on them. That is agro-industrialization. The T in the ATM is tourism development. Sir Winston Churchill, when he visited Uganda, he came back and wrote a book and he said he had never seen a place like Uganda. He called us the Pearl of Africa. We are still the Pearl of Africa. Very beautiful country. Fauna, flora, as well as the entire setup, the cultural setup, the food, the weather. I always tell audiences that Uganda has the best weather. I've never seen anyone disapproving me. If you want to disapprove me, come to Uganda. And you see, in Uganda we don't do weather forecasts. We just, when a person is presenting on television and these people I see on your TVs in London, weather forecast, for us we change the channel because it doesn't make sense. You just look around and you go, and you are sure that's the weather of the day. It's summer all through with a very well regulated temperature. The scenery is beautiful. So tourism is one area we would want to anchor our growth. And there are big opportunities that we have lined up. The M in the ATM is mineral-based industrialization and manufacturing, but also including oil and gas. The minerals we have in Uganda are diverse. The only maybe minerals we have not discovered in Uganda is diamonds and a few others, but almost every mineral you think about, we have some of it in Uganda. But we have big reserves of gold, we have iron ore, some of the best quality iron ore, where already quantification has been done, and we are looking for serious partners to develop our steel industry in Uganda. The S is for science, technology, and innovation, but including IT and the creative industry. Uganda is very eager, and we are leading now the region in developing a knowledge economy, in ensuring that we support our scientists and innovators. But as you know, this is a space of know-how. And know-how, unlike anything else, is not transferable. Know-how is with us in our brains. So we would want to get some more sophisticated brains elsewhere to come to Uganda and work together to develop this industry. Those are the 4 areas we are looking at. Apart from those 4 areas, we have enablers, the sectors which we have prioritized as government to support the ATMs to grow. There are 6 of them. The first one is the infrastructure, where we are looking at development of the upgrade of our railway system. We have already started by investing in the standard gauge railway to connect us to the sea. Uganda is a landlocked country. We are about 800 kilometers to the sea. And we are developing a standard gauge railway with our colleagues in Kenya and Tanzania to connect that region. And as I'm inviting you to Uganda, I'm inviting you to East Africa, because we are working now as East Africa. But also, we have a number of roads that we are developing in Uganda. So if you are an investor and interested in infrastructure, the place to be is Uganda. Some toll roads, and also a number of other roads where we are willing as government to get some debt and develop this infrastructure. We have already done a tremendous job linking up the country. It's well linked up with good tarmac, but there are still very critical roads that we are developing. We have also the area of electricity. We have now about 2,000 megawatts of power that we are transmitting. So the first priority is building transmission lines. We have generated this hydroelectric power, and we are transmitting it to the growth centers, the industrial parks. The third area is irrigation infrastructure. As I've already told you, agro-industrialization is one of our key priorities, but we have not yet invested in irrigation. We are relying a lot on gifts of nature. Well, Uganda is beautiful, as I've told you, it rains regularly, about 2 seasons, and this is good rain, but we want to stabilize the agriculture much more. Number 4 is industrial park development. We adopted the industrial park model. We would like to build these industrial parks. We have already set up around 8 of them, very vibrant. That's why you are seeing sophistication rising in the complexity of the products that we export. But our target is to build at least 25 industrial parks across the country. It's an area where we are looking for partners. The other area is the development bank. We want credit lines for our development bank. We have a development bank, the Uganda Development Bank, which is supporting the investors. We are capitalizing it. And then regional development, the infrastructure, and the deepening of our regional markets. Not forgetting construction sector, construction, including housing and urban development. We have a lot of opportunities in the city of Kampala and other about 7 cities that we have targeted to improve. Why should we invest in Uganda and not any other place? Well, these opportunities are there. They could be in other places. Number one, Uganda has one of the highest returns on investment. Our average investment, return on investment is 14%. And when it comes to return on equity, is 30%. And yet, Uganda has a stable, very stable, but also well-managed macroeconomy. So the risk, I want to guarantee you, macro risk in Uganda is very well mitigated through our prudent macroeconomic management. Our fiscal policy adheres strictly to a charter of fiscal responsibility, which is monitored by our legislators and also by our multilateral partners, the World Bank and the IMF. The government of Uganda is pro-private sector, as I've already told you, and we do whatever is necessary to support private sector investment. We have a very long list of tax and non-tax incentives that we provide. My Director of Economic Affairs, if you need to know them, we will be able to outline them for you. But one thing is, in Uganda, we do whatever is necessary to support a private investor. You just ask, and we do. We have also access to regional markets. When you invest in Uganda, you will have access to a market of about $3 trillion, which is duty-free. We have access to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area at the upper. We have access to COMESA, the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa, but also the access to the East African community. When we combine these markets, you are talking of about 1 billion people and $3 trillion of market access guaranteed. Uganda's macros, as I already said, are very well managed. The debt level in Uganda is very sustainable. Our debt to GDP ratio is below 48%, and our debt service cost is still within the limits which are required by our multilateral partners. We have also worked on our relationship with our partners, the World Bank. I think you read some time back that the World Bank had suspended projects in Uganda, new projects, because we legislated a law they were not happy with. I'm happy to tell you, we have resolved that impasse with the bank. We are back to the board, and a couple of projects have been approved, new projects, and we are taking more projects in a couple of months for approval. Similarly, we are negotiating a new program with the IMF. We had an extended credit facility program with the IMF, which expired in June last year. We are going back to the board in a couple of months to approve a new extended credit facility for Uganda. These are programs which gives you the confidence to invest. To sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, we are, as a country of Uganda, have very good reason for you to come and invest with us. As I've told you, Uganda has been ranked the best investment destination in Africa. Uganda also has an exciting and renewed mission, which I've given you, to grow the economy tenfold with the numerous opportunities that comes with that. Uganda has a very well-managed macroeconomy with very low macro risk in the region, yet the highest return on investment. And Uganda offers peace, good taxes, and also a very tolerable administration of justice. And in the country Uganda, you are going to find that most of the risks which are usually highlighted by the credit agencies, in Uganda we just take advantage of them. We don't just mitigate risks, we take advantage of risks. They have cited 5 key risks, which I wanted to end with, and we are taking full advantage of them. The first one is the state-based armed conflicts in the region, the Great Lakes region. Uganda is an island of peace, not because of any other factor, but because of the deliberate policy of Uganda to keep life and property secure. We don't compromise on it. That's why we are hosts of 1.7 million refugees from the region. We are #1 hosts of refugees in the world. I don't think refugees go to troubled places. They go to island of peace. And we are so thankful to the multilateral and bilateral partners who are working with us to support us so that we can support these refugees, to integrate in our communities. For us, we are not building refugee camps. We are now having refugee hosting communities. And they are fully integrating these refugees in our societies. The second key risk which we are working on is extreme weather. We are taking full advantage of the climate change. We are not just looking at it as a problem. On top of the adaptation and mitigation measures which everybody is taking, we want to encourage you to come and invest in renewable energy in Uganda. We have good sources of renewable energy. Our electricity mix currently is 98% hydro. We want to diversify it to geothermal, to solar, and to nuclear. And in the few years from today, in the decarbonization agenda in the world, farms are going to look for places with renewable energy to relocate. Because unlike today where dirty energy is easy to move, you can just put the fossil in a truck and move it to Tokyo, you move it to China. Renewable energy, you can't take it there. Renewable energy, you must relocate the plant to where it is. Now, Uganda is one of the sources of this renewable energy with huge potential for it, about 50,000 megawatts. So we encourage you to come and partner with us and work on it. The other area is geoeconomic confrontation, tariffs, and trade wars. So it's a risk area which has been highlighted. You know very well it doesn't need elaboration what is happening today. In Uganda, we have built our economic system in such a way that we shall never get into a space of trade wars. Because tariffs, trade wars, and so on is not good economics. It's good common sense, but not good economics. So we want people we can work with to deepen the integration of our trade and business in the ESC and also in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. There is also misinformation, disinformation, and cybercrime. These are areas we would want partners to work with and we resolve. And finally, the polarization, social polarization, as well as the inequality. We are having good government programs to ensure that we integrate every Ugandan in the economic growth agenda. For us, we pursue inclusive growth, fully aligned with the ESG. And we have integrated it in our central bank frameworks, in our fiscal rules and fiscal frameworks, and we encourage you to come and invest. So ladies and gentlemen, I will go on and on and on if you don't stop me. I will stop here, but I want to welcome you really to Uganda. We are here for investment, for trade opportunities, for tourism. I thank you very much.